They need to fear us. Squatting in the mouth of a lightless tunnel, back to the clammy stone, knife in hand, Oats tried to keep his ears open for sounds of pursuit, but the chief's words kept crowding his attention. We're animals to them. Cattle they can pen. Bears they can hunt. She wasn't wrong. Half-breed swine, the friar's abbot had called them. So Oats had roasted his man. We need to be something they can't hunt, can't cage. It wasn't to be cruel. It was tactics. The fire was necessary to keep the frails from their heels. The flames and the fear had done the job. Plus, Ellerina had now lost more than its powder mill. The ample stores of some militant zealots with stiff cods for fighting mongrels were up in smoke too. The chief would approve. Give her something to feed the other hoofmasters' ever-increasing demand for results. Another tally mark toward victory. Gunpowder and wheat. Better to deprive Hispartha of them than it was to kill their men. Tonight, Oats had done all three. And added to the chief's cause of convincing the kingdom that mongrels were more than beasts. We need to be monsters. Not cattle, or bears, or swine. No. They were devious brutes who took captives with promises of mercy only to set them on fire. Hells, not even the Thics did that, and Hispartha was terrified of them. So what did that make tonight's deeds? Worse, maybe. What did that make him? The shuffle of movement snapped Oats out of his own head, but it was only Jacinto, scuttling over to his side for the fourth time. I tell you, this is folly. In the complete blackness, the man existed as nothing but his passionate whisper. Not even thriceblood eyes could see in the deepness of the Imperial tunnels, once Oats had halted their flight and ordered the torches extinguished. That had drawn disbelieving stares from all, but he'd chosen the spot carefully, some manner of junction chamber where the mouths of 3 tunnels converged. It was the first such place they'd come upon, after hurrying along narrow, arched passages with nothing but instinct to decide their path. Not even Jacinto, the shortest among them, could stand much above a crouch. A channel ran through the center of the tunnels, carrying the cold, reeking waste of Ellerina that managed to worm its way down into the ancient sewers. The junction provided enough room for them to gather, stand a little straighter, and to fight if their luck continued to resemble the contents of a drainage channel. Mostly, it was a good place to wait, were it not for the smell, and the rats, and the pitch dark. We should keep moving. And Jacinto's ritual pestering. You know the way out, Oats whispered back. Because you didn't last 3 times I asked. No, but if you would just give me leave and light, I could discover us a deliverance. Starting to reckon it might be best to find the militia? Trade us for your life? There was a little intake of breath. Big bastard, you wound me. Do more than wound you if you try sneaking off alone. In truth, Oats trusted Jacinto far more than that. And he shouldn't. Leastways, that's what the chief told him. So Oats said what he reckoned she would in his place, and left it at that. If the bandit was affronted, he didn't let it keep him silent for long. We may not know where these tunnels go, but we would be fools to believe the men hunting us do not. Your fire thwarted them from following, yes, yet what, I ask you, prevents them from cutting us off? We cannot win such a race by sitting still. Can't get lost down here and die in the dark either. Do you understand that the temple was the only access I discovered? That does not mean there are no other avenues to this antique anthill. There could be men scouring for us even now. And they'll have light. Means we'll see them coming. Oats had placed himself on watch at one tunnel. Sluggard and Thresh covered the other 2. Still, for all that caution, he was holding on to a hope that the wrathful men of Ellerina weren't going to be the first to find their position. It was a race, but Oats and the others weren't the runners, They were the prize. We hold to the plan. We wait.